We've all spent a lot of our time in MMOs, and there's a few things that we've all done that we wouldn't exactly admit to. Hi folks, it's Falcon, and today on gameranx, 10 things MMO players know they're guilty of. Number 10, pointless grinding for reputation points to unlock some item that you're never gonna use. Some random piece of trash that some mob dropped, but you don't have anything else to unlock, and you're bored because you've already done all the quests for this month, aced that shit like a pro, and you just want something to do, but you know that this isn't something that's going to help you or anyone, either in a real way or even in a virtual way. There are so many useless items in MMOs, they do it on purpose. And the thing is, sometimes you may not know about it. It may be a surprise when you find out the thing that you spent all this time on is useless. But a lot of the time, they just put it out there for bait for the completionists. Number 9, running the same dungeon for the 9 millionth time in a row on the off chance you might get a better item from it. Now, is there a chance you'll get a better item from it? Sure, otherwise you would just be a lunatic. There has to be at least some small chance, but by this time, the universe has told you, hey, the other 18 times you've done this didn't yield the thing that you want, why are you still doing this? I'm not gonna say that you're never gonna get it, because you might eventually get something that's better, but there's definitely better things you could do with your time in the MMO. I'm not even saying like, oh, the MMO's a waste of time, do something else. No, stay in the MMO. Just, cultivate something. Number 8, logging on every week to do a raid or whatever's scheduled to get an item or to level up or whatever, doesn't matter. That shit is not the reason you're doing it. You're doing it because you miss your guild. But you don't want to sound sappy admitting it, so you're like, I'll just wait till the raid to ask all of my friend questions. Number 7, creating yet another alt instead of maxing out your main. Another character, another time through the character creation tool, another distribution of the skill points. I don't want this character to be a tank, or maybe a long range, or maybe a melee fighter. Ah yes, I've got a character with every possible combination of these things, and I have no intention of maxing any of them out. Why? Because it's the character creator I find fun, and not the... I did say that out loud. I definitely don't like the character creator better than the game. Number 6, waiting hours for a rare spawn at midnight so you can get an epic mount, man. Oh man, guys, check out this thing I've been riding around on. It's a rare spawn. I am the best player. It's kind of like the MMO equivalent of only saving up money to buy a sports car, but not actually working on your whole situation, so that sports car is extremely expensive to operate and insure, and everyone's like, yeah, he's got a cool car, but he's never around anymore. Number 5 is corpse camping your enemies or a warring faction, but then getting mad when they do it back to you. I mean, it's already kind of a dick thing to do, let's go ahead and say that. But sometimes you just don't like people, and you don't care if you're a dick to them. So depending on the rules of the game, you go wait by their corpse, and when somebody tries to resurrect it, or they start to resurrect themselves, you're just like, no. But as the player gets very tired of attempting to respawn, attempting to come back, attempting to play the game, they also become vengeful, and the animosity it breeds oftentimes generates retaliatory action. Number 4, using a weaker item because it looks cooler, and don't say you haven't done this. Don't even pretend you haven't done this. If you think you haven't done this, you've probably lied to yourself enough to believe it because you've done this. This is such a universal thing within MMOs that World of Warcraft added transmogrification so you could bypass this issue and have cool looking and strong weapons. But not every MMO does, and oh my god, it sucks when they don't. Number 3, spending way too much time in the character creator. And this could be like number 7, where you create a lot of alt characters, or it also could be that you spend days and days and weeks and months and years trying to create that one perfect character. Or maybe it's one of those games that allows you to freely edit your appearance at any time. So you do, not just at any time, but at all times. And at some point you realize, wow, I'm 70 years old. Well, better keep working on my character. Number 2 is pretty WoW-centric, but you could sub in any other game, really. But trying a new MMO every other week, only to go back to World of Warcraft. It's familiar, you know all the systems, you know all of the societal and political in and outs of the game, the jargon, the protocol. You know where to go, what to do, why to do it. All your friends play WoW. and they don't play that other game. You'd like to broaden your horizons, but it also seems pretty futile. No, as it turns out, World of Warcraft is a lot like the Hotel California. You can check out anytime you want, but you may never leave. And number 1, grinding when you don't need to grind. And yeah, it's fine to enjoy grinding, there's nothing wrong with that. There are days that I just want to do that and not be bothered with anything else in the entire world. That is the truth. But is it the most productive thing you could be doing with your time? Not so much. Sometimes grinding is very, very necessary, and sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's just passing time, and well, like I said earlier, even in the game, you probably have better things to do. Why not do them? What do you do in an MMO that you know other players do too, but you would never ask them because you don't want to admit it yourself? Leave a comment, and if you enjoyed this video, please click the button. If you're not subscribed, now would be a great time to do so. We upload brand new videos every single day of the week, and the best way to see them first is a subscription. As always, we thank you very much for watching this video. I'm Falcon. You can follow me on Twitter @FalconTheHero, and we'll see you next time right here on gameranx.